everybody. Thanks for joining today. We are here. I'm actually going to finally get in a real game of Shatterpoint, or learn to play it, I should say. And figured you guys could all share in my pain and humiliation. But no, it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. We're gonna have fun. It is me, and I'm sorry, I suck at names.
It is Jason.
Oh, so it's Jason and Jason today.
Exactly.
This is excellent.
Jason squared.
I should know. I should not be forgetting your name. This is bad form.
It's terrible when you're just dealing with Discord and you're like, hey,
right?
It's Plastic Barbarian.
Yeah,
no.
Ventress something or other.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're gonna play some Shatterpoint. Jason is kind enough to teach this Jason how to play because it's been about 6 months since I played, and we're gonna have some fun. Cool. So take it away, Jason.
All right, so we'll open it up with, we have the map pre-selected. Normally when you're doing competition rules, each person brings their selected maps and you roll a dice and somebody gets to pick. So what we will do is roll for who goes first.
Okay.
So we will roll 3 offense dice, and whoever rolls more successes is the first order. So that would be you. You got 2. Actually, we both got 2.
Roll again?
Yep. 2.
I don't even remember what a success is anymore.
So you got 3.
3 successes. Okay.
So 3 successes. You are the first player, which means you get to place one of your squads first, which is
2 from the edge, then
2
1
from the
each
edge,
other.
then 1 from the primary.
Okay. This is my 2. Okay. All right. So I gotta remember where my primary is.
It's also useful to point out because my son and I were doing this wrong for a while. This is done before you flip the map card, so you don't have an advantage of knowing where the checkpoints are.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so my primary has to go 2 from the edge. I'll put him there, right? And then you said
everybody has to, the rest of that squad has to be within 1 of him.
Okay. And forgive me, mine are not painted, but we'll get around to it. Jason here has his stuff beautifully painted, making me look bad. Okay, so the trappers are the ones with the spears. So they all have to be 1 from him. They can't be 1 from each other.
Yes, 1 from the primary.
Okay. Can they be 1 ahead of the primary?
Yes.
Okay, so they can even be ahead of him. Okay. It's the spear guys. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put 1 behind, but...
All right. And then I'll go with mine.
Okay.
So I will take my measure tool. I'll start deploying Vader's people.
I'm missing a guy. I got to dig him out.
Yeah, they move around fast.
Yeah, where'd he go? There he is. I finded him.
Okay, that's mine.
Well, actually, this is Wicket. And so this wrong one. Wicket goes there. This is Chief Chirpa. Okay. This is the problem with not having him painted. I can't tell who's who.
You have Wicket out? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, Wicket's there now.
Yep.
I had put Chief Chirpa. I thought Chief Chirpa was Wicket.
I
got to paint these guys. Even if I just paint their shirts. All right. So do I place now?
So are you missing a piece?
Nope. I found him. He's here. Oh wait.
You have somebody not down.
I'm missing Poplu.
Yeah.
Okay, so I found Chief Chirpa. All right. Yeah, I am missing. Here he is. So I'm pretty sure that's him right there. Pretty sure. Yeah, because Wicket's a small one.
Yeah, Wicket's got the log and he's kind of jumping off of it.
And then Poplu right there. I got to paint these guys. Okay,
cool. So your second one, your second squad goes out.
Okay. And on the edge, put my primary, which is Chief. Right? He's my primary? Yeah. He's my primary. Okay. Then my secondary. Another secondary there. And then another secondary.
Cool.
There.
I'll do General Veers. What did I just do? Oh, there he is. Good lord. Here's Stormtrooper Sergeant, or Lieutenant, rather. This guy.
Did you find your dash tool?
And this guy. Oh, yeah, I did.
Good.
That was mixed up with a bunch of ladders that are all the same color. Okay, so now that that's done,
Okay.
we will take the first mission card.
Okay.
You are the first player, so the bottom of the card faces you.
Okay.
This is the second mission that came out, so there's additional stuff
Okay.
to do with. So first thing you do is every single point except for the middle one is going to be active. So these all get flipped over to the active side, and this one. And then, so there's extra language at the bottom. Whatever's down here, it's different per each card that gets selected. I just randomly took 3 of them.
Yep, sounds good.
So you get a tactical ability when you pull whatever the Shatterpoint person. Yeah. Whatever the Shatterpoint person is that gets used during this round for both players, they get to do whatever the ability is. So this one, it says that the unit's activation, each character in the unit can dash. So you're basically getting a free dash.
Okay,
for
cool.
this one. But that does face you, which for this doesn't matter because the first maps are usually pretty
symmetrical.
Yeah, symmetrical between the two. The second and third ones, you have your choice of map depending on who won because it's supposed to be a handicap.
Okay.
So you are going first.
All right. So that means I flip a card, right? To see who I get to
you flip
activate?
your card.
So I get to activate.
So that is your choice.
Gray.
You can go right to there, or it's the whole put in reserve for a force and pull the next card if you wanted to. But
I think I will use him. Now this is where I forget absolutely everything.
The abilities with the arrows and the abilities with the little recycle symbol on them if you have one. I don't see one.
No, I don't have that.
The reactionary one.
Yeah.
Both those abilities are only once per turn. Or actually, all abilities are once per turn, triggered by whatever the event is that you're supposed to do.
Okay.
All abilities have the arrow abilities and the reaction abilities.
Okay.
Always have a force cost, even if it's 0.
Okay.
It's a common mistake that we were doing at the beginning. So when you get wounded and injured, force abilities cost you 1 more than they normally would.
Oh, okay, I see.
If it's a cost of 0, it will cost of 1.
So this guy with his inspiring presence, that's like I don't know if a trait is the right word that I'm looking for, or just something that he gets to do.
Yeah, it's a movement icon.
Yep. Is that the movement icon?
That is at the start of the blah, blah, blah. What am I looking at? The actual symbol?
Yeah.
Okay, so that symbol shows up on the card.
That's right.
That's a tactical ability.
ability.
That's there just to remind you have a free ability off the bat that you usually have the option of getting some cool thing.
Right. So he gets the cool thing where each...
So that happens. That's your choice to do first,
Yep.
and then your start of your turn happens.
That makes sense. So at the start of this unit's activation, each allied Ewok warrior gains Hunker and may remove 2 damage or 1 condition from itself. That's not a warrior right now. Then each allied Ewok scout character may, I believe that is dash. Yes, may dash. Okay.
Yep, that's the short tool. So the Hunker tokens basically give you extra defense dice.
Yes.
And they also work in tandem with extra defense dice with terrain. But that's only if you have a Hunker token and only if the line from attacker to the defender passes the terrain on the way to the attacker. Kind of like Marvel Crisis Protocol, if you've played that also.
I have not.
Okay.
I have not. And I was thinking while at the same time you were talking about that, so I'm going to forget half of that. Yep. So basically, they're going to gain a Hunker. I'll put the Hunker on after I move them, just to be simple.
Basically, it's just an extra defense dice against range attacks.
That's right. That's right. So any Ewok scout got... So any Ewok warrior gains Hunker. All right. And then any Ewok scout may dash. Okay. All right. So good distinction there. So these guys are Ewok scouts, guys with the spears. I'm going to move them. Actually, I'd be better off to take them this way so I can get these guys over that way. I think.
Also, a quick distinction also that we were doing wrong for a long time. We thought scoring started at the first turn of the second turn.
Yep.
It's scoring starts, so you have a little bit of a handicap if you're the first person going.
Right.
The player who goes second at the end of their turn, they start scoring points.
Right. Yeah. That I knew. Now that you
yeah, we were doing it where a full turn had to go by for each person.
Yeah.
And then scoring started.
Okay. So the Ewok Scouts are getting their free move. This guy, nope.
Somebody's getting hunger tokens.
Is also a scout, yep. And then other people are going to get tokens. So this, which one's which?
So was that a blanket? Everybody that's a scout gets to do it, or was it
everybody that is a scout gets a dash, and everybody that's a warrior gets a hunker.
Okay, gotcha.
So I've played enough games to realize there are different keywords here. So
yeah.
I'm getting that right. Now I just got to look, make sure I got the right guy. So this is Poplu right here. He gets the free dash because he is considered a scout. And then as far as hunkers go, the hunkers go to the warriors, which would be Wicket, and the guys with the things. Actually, do you usually put them on the card, or do you usually put them on the board?
So I've played both ways, only because some people have different preferences.
Yep.
The rules specifically says they have to go on the card.
Okay.
But I could see where people would want them next to the figures because it can get easy for someone who's attacking you to not know it's there, and then you actually forget you have one.
Exactly.
And
that's what we ran into, so we started playing it on the board.
Unless you're someplace that's enforcing actual competition rules, you can do what you want.
I'm going to play it on the board for now because that will help me remember, and then eventually I'll get good enough that I'll remember to put it on their card. And there's enough card stuff going on, I feel like I'm going to lose stuff. Okay, so that was that. That was free.
Yep. And now you're on your actual choices of a movement action, which is an advance, which is a full arrow.
That's right. Anybody can.
A dash or a climb. So those are your one movement action. Okay. A combat action, a heal, which is 1 damage, or any one condition gone off of yourself or anybody within 2.
That's right. I'm going to have to reread the rules again.
Or hunker down and gain a hunker token. It's called take cover.
Yep.
And there's one other thing that I'm missing. I think there's 5 or 6.
So basically he can advance.
I know there's something. Oh, focus. Because I don't use it that often.
Right, that's for
because it's only useful if you strategically plan your turn. Because focus gives you an extra attack dice.
That's right.
But it only works for that turn. So if you don't, usually it's only advantage to people that have abilities that give them focus instantly for free.
Right.
Because otherwise, if you don't, the only way you're getting off a focus attack is to not move, focus, and then attack. So.
Okay. All right. So I can advance.
Yep.
Okay. And this is the advance tool. And low gray will advance then. We will advance. I feel like I got a better chance of getting close to that. I mean, I'm about equal distance from each. So this is where it gets tricky.
Yeah, so you can
out
place
of
the tool
for a second.
over figures to move, but it's got to be curved around terrain.
Okay. So basically I'm going to do that. That was there. I'm going to bring him. He can be placed anywhere along the movement tool, and I have to be within what, 2 to like claim it?
So, yes.
Okay.
So at the beginning of your next turn, unless something drastic happens and I'm able to get over there, that's going to be yours next turn.
Okay. So now that's it, right?
You still have 1 action left to either, but this early in the game, most people's choices are just move and take a hunker token.
That's what I was.
You can't really do anything.
Can't really do anything else. So yeah, I'll take a hunker token on that.
It's very, very rare that you have it, especially as the first player, have a chance to do anything else.
Okay, so that is the end of my turn.
That is the end of turn number 1 for you.
Okay. All right.
So I will pull my card, and we have Stormtrooper Sergeant, and they will a little tactical reminder.
Okay.
Inexorable advance. At the start of this unit's activation, you may choose an Allied Galactic Republic supporting unit, which is either them or the Stormtroopers.
Mm-hmm.
Each character chosen may full advance. Okay. Then, if any character's full advance, the chosen unit suffers 1 damage. The Empire specifically stormtroopers in general, seem to have a lot of abilities that are like, hey, this is cool, but we're the Empire and we shot ourselves in the foot in the process as we normally do. It's very thematic with them. Even Thrawn's tactical cards are all big benefit,
Right.
but then like small, like 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
Thrawn.
I'm going to, I don't think I'm going to use that. So they're already scoring. So yeah, let's do this. Let's use that, do my full advance with these guys. So I will just edge out where he is. Is it 1? Nope, each character in the chosen unit. We will put that at the edge.
There's like 3 Jasons in here.
Jesus, there's so many Jasons here. We got a limit on Jasons in the store today.
We need to cut down the Jasons.
So that's that for the start. And they have to take a damage because I opted to do that.
So, okay, so they take a damage for that?
They're damaged.
All right. Now that's
Yeah, because not many things get to move a full advance for free at the beginning of a turn. That's like a big thing, and
it's like pushing damage.
Yeah, they're definitely okay. So now I get to go.
Okay.
Okay, we'll keep them near. Let's do this. Let's do my full move with him. And so this will come into play where as long as you end your move within 1 of an ingress or egress point,
you can,
which under competition rules, you're supposed to lay out what those are ahead of time. Mm-hmm. They're usually ladders,
that seems
but it can
obvious.
be anything players decide on.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Same thing with, I think, what's called passable terrain.
Yep.
This does not have to be like passable terrain. You can set gantries, and it's basically for people who bring weird type terrain to the board, I think.
Okay.
Because everything that's stock out of
and then I like that paint scheme.
And then you have to end
heat-treated metal.
Yes. Those were the newer ones. Those are the older ones. I'm going to retreat those to look like these eventually.
Those look great.
You have to end your move anywhere within 1 of what you just came up on.
Right.
So that guts that. And then we're going to take a hunker token and give that to him because I don't think I got far enough to even attack somebody if I wanted to. So I'm going to drop mine on here. I'm pretty good about reminding the attacking player and seeing mine. So, and that's my turn. Me being the second player, I get 2 scoring positions. Do you want to be? I'll be red because I seem to have the bad team. So we'll make me red. And so we'll move this for the 2 occupation points.
That's right.
And that ends my turn.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So I will draw a card. Ewok traps. Choose an active objective and roll an attack die. So do I just choose any active objective?
Unless it says X objective within range or whatever. I'm pretty new with their cards. I've had their pieces for a while, but I haven't played their team. So
essentially, battle tactic: choose an active objective and roll 1 attack die. And if I roll, depending on what I roll, certain things happen.
Okay.
Okay. So primarily, ideally, I want to choose something with your guys near it, because the idea is
are they negative effects for me on every roll?
Trap. Yeah.
They're all traps. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, most of them. Some of them are not. Like if I fail, then you might do well.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll roll the attack die, being the gray die. I'm going to roll it in your thing.
Sure.
It's empty right now. All right, so on that, each enemy unit that is contesting the chosen objective gains... Oh, what's the arrow with the...
That is pinned.
Okay, so gains pinned and suffers 2 damage.
Okay, so which point did you pick?
That one.
That one? Okay. So I will take a pin, which essentially makes me not be able to move unless I do a move action to get rid of it, or heal it off myself.
Yep.
So they are pinned.
Okay, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, no, I put this, I'm retroing this. When I did this a while ago and did the move, I put it on the Stormtrooper Sergeant by accident.
Oh, no worries.
So, and how many damage? 2?
2 damage, yes.
God dang it. Okay. All right, Stormtroopers tripping over themselves.
Okay, now does that...
And that goes just in your discard thing, and then you keep pulling cards until you pull an actual unit.
Okay.
So in theory, if it was just shuffled horribly, or good for you, depending on how you look at it, you could pull all 3 of those right in a row if you had them. because you keep pulling tards until you pull
Oh,
an actual unit.
Are there more of those? I didn't think there were more of those.
Is there just one?
I thought there was just one.
Okay,
I haven't looked through the.
All right, there you go. You walk spring and traps.
I like spring and traps. It's fun. All right, so I get to activate Poplu there, or no, Chief Chirpa. Chief Chirpa. Choose an enemy unit within 3. I don't have any. The chosen unit gains pinned or something else. I don't have anything free. Each character, down arrow, active ability. So an active ability is just.
It's just an ability. So is it just telling you that one of your characters can do their ability?
Yeah. So for example, each character in the unit may dash. Then this unit may gain a hunker or immediately make a focus action. It looks like I actually have to spend,
okay, yeah.
Looks like that requires a force point, so I don't really
Yeah.
want to do that right now. And then an innate ability, that's something they automatically get to do, right?
Yeah, those are kind of like passive things that just kind of exist.
Okay. All right. All right, so and then this ability, which is weird looking, identity ability. How does an identity ability work?
Identity ability is usually some type of it's also a reactive ability,
Okay.
but it's not limited to the once per turn restriction as regular inactives are, depending on what the trigger is.
Okay.
But they're usually some kind of super ability. It's usually only primaries that have them.
Okay.
It's usually the very last ability in the bottom of the card.
Yep.
When X thing happens, you get to do this cool thing.
Okay, so yeah, that thing hasn't happened, so we can't do that.
Yeah.
So basically, he can move and do something. So we can do a full move, because I don't want to really move him too far away. I'd kind of like to get him within 2, which he's actually within 2 now. So I might just leave him there because
he's already scoring.
He's already, that's to say, he's already scoring that objective.
Actually, that's not him. The one with the bone spear. He's behind him.
Yeah, you're right. So actually, I will move him so I can have 2 guys kind of on it just in case you move up.
Yep.
Or maybe not. Maybe I'll go. I think I'm going to head over this way instead.
And for measuring abilities also, the rules say you can only ever use. You can't use the same measuring tool at the same time. So you can't use 2 types of range tools, but you can use a range and a movement at the same time. So say you were trying to move and stay out of melee range of someone, you can have one of these and these on the board at the same time.
Yep.
But you can't have these on the board at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So it's one of each. So you can kind of like
you can't like try and measure and test out. So you have to learn to eyeball.
Yeah, figures also aren't supposed to be used as move. It literally says you're only supposed to use the measurement tools that came with the game, whether it's the movement one or the.
Oh, okay. So all these people buying
one.
aftermarket ones are being silly.
Even lasers are technically illegal.
I did see that.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing anything I can't here,
Yep.
right? Okay. So I'll put him there.
As long as you end anywhere touching the plastic.
Okay, he does that. He can move and he can hunker. So
this as example, if it comes up, say I'm over here and I have the range to be able to hit you.
Yep.
The line I draw from my base to yours would pass through those boxes that you're within 1 of, and you have a hunker token. So you get an extra defense dice.
Right.
Just by default, by having that, and you get a bonus one because you're within 1 of a piece of terrain.
Right.
That line passes through.
Right. I knew there was some advantage.
If somebody was over here shooting you, you wouldn't get it because the line doesn't cross through the terrain.
Right. It's interesting they won't let you use lasers to determine that. All right, so that is that turn.
That is that. You are the owner of 2. Check that one, but I'm pretty sure he's out of range of 2.
Oh, is he? I thought he was within range of 2.
Might be pretty close. He is?
Yep.
Okay, you are the proud owner of 2 points.
Okay.
So this moves back and stops on 0.
Okay.
And you can take some markers and put them on your things. The important part of what just happened, though, is when that stops on 0, both players get a black token.
That's right.
It's one of the few times outside of abilities that you get an extra wound token or a momentum token without wounding someone.
Okay, so I put the blues on these because I own them?
Yes. And if you were to move this from where it was and you only had 1 point, and it stopped right there,
Mhm.
you get a bonus one of these on your side as a handicap.
Okay, that's
So
right.
it's kind of a strategery thing where you can kind of play that gray area, but there are a couple characters in the game that take advantage of being handicapped in momentum tokens, and they
Right.
can really mess you up.
Okay, cool.
All right, so there's that.
That's mine. Oh, and these hunker tokens from these other guys,
Oh.
would those should those have come
So
out in the beginning, or do
those stay
Okay,
until you activate again,
that's right.
or somebody engages you within 2 in melee range, and then you
Okay.
lose them.
Okay.
Unless you have Obi-Wan Kenobi, the general one, on your team. It's one of the coolest abilities in the game. He makes it so that you both don't lose momentum token, or you don't lose hunker tokens when you get engaged, and you can also use hunker tokens for melee.
Okay, cool.
So he's kind of nice. I like him as one of
I
those.
do have him. I like to play him.
He's a fun secondary. I just use these guys and put them on a spot, so I'm going to pay a force point and not use them, put them in reserve, and I'm going to take him instead, who I have not used, so I should probably look at his stuff. So his tactical ability is, at the start of this unit's activation, choose an allied Galactic Republic secondary unit, which is either them or the Stormtrooper, or an allied Stormtrooper unit, which is them or them. One character in the unit may dash. So I think we will take the lieutenant and dash. Maybe we want to dash these guys. Let's dash. I like to move my supports kind of together. But yeah, let's dash the lieutenant. We'll put him up here. But still keep him within 2. So he still will stay on the spot. Okay, so that's my free thing. Oh, no, it's kind of like the Ewok one you used.
Right.
So each enemy within 2 of the chosen objective may dash. Then each enemy... Oh, okay. So you have the choice to dash for the objective I'm going to take.
Okay. So
If you dash away and you're out of the range of 2 of the objective, you won't take 3 damage. But if you're still within range of 2 of the objective, you will take damage.
Okay.
So I will choose that one, and it's your choice to dash.
So I'd probably be smart to dash.
And if I had allied people there, my people would take 1 damage.
Okay. So I just want to make sure those guys are out of 2 range. Right.
The key here, too, is we were doing this wrong in the beginning. The checkpoint's like a checkpoint in a video game. It's
once you have
yours
it, you have
until somebody puts more bodies on it.
Right. Yeah, you want to go up, grab the checkpoint, then move to the next
Especially when they're
checkpoint.
in the back of the map,
Right,
because
exactly.
nobody's going to push to your side normally.
So it's smart of me to want to move away from this. I'm going to dash him over to here.
And that's plenty away, and
He'll remove the hunker token.
you don't eat your damage.
And you don't gain control of it.
Right.
And that's a win-win.
So
Honestly, I should have
that's
dashed.
the end.
I should have dashed over that way and gotten that one. Or gotten closer to that one. That's on me.
Okay, so again, technically that was the end of my turn, but I'm doing stuff out of order.
Fair enough.
So I'm just going to do his regular move and do a hunker on here. See if I can get within 1 of that ladder. I don't think so. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to stop there, take my hunker, and call it good. So at the end of my activation, I get to do that. So pretty much he's just like calling down an orbital strike at the end of every turn, which is
Nice.
thematic for him, I guess.
What's up?
So I still get 2 points. 1 and 2.
Okay.
And it moves on to you.
All right, cool. We're moving right along here. All right, so Wicket gets to come in here, and he has an ability thing, lead the charge. At the start of this unit's activation, choose an enemy character in line of sight. All right, that's none of the above. And an allied Ewok supporting warrior within 3. What is that symbol?
What are we looking at?
They're like shooting range 3?
Oh, yeah, that just means within a range of 3.
Okay. I think that's
So the first thing was line of sight. Did it say a distance or just said line of sight?
just says line of sight.
So that's basically anybody you can see, which
He's
he's
back
the one
here,
running in the back.
so he can't really see anybody.
He can see any of these 3.
Oh, he can?
Because unless it gives you a distance, line of sight is forever.
Oh, okay. Okay. So choose an enemy
Because
character
figures don't block line of sight.
in line of sight and an allied Ewok
So is
supporting
he.
warrior within 3. Oh, he's in. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it doesn't.
So that really confusing paragraph in the book about line of sight
Right.
basically boils down to this. If there's no terrain between the two characters that's taller than the both of them, they have line of sight to each other.
So that would be buildings like this or like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This doesn't count. Okay. Each character in this unit and each character in the chosen allied unit may dash toward the chosen enemy character.
So I think that means you can pretty much take Wicket
And
those two
and dash towards those guys.
Yep.
Okay.
And toward, the rules for toward is you draw an imaginary line between the center of the bases between the two things.
Yep.
You're essentially taking this, placing it behind you, I think.
Yep.
To like 45-degree angle of lines. I just kind of like get right now it's pretty much anywhere this way forward.
Right. Okay.
This only comes into play when you're like, if it's dicey where like there's a piece of terrain in the way or like something like that, or you're trying to force push a person a certain way.
All right. So
but it's so far away
technically
right now.
I could dash over to there.
Yep.
All right. And this is the dash tool. So we'll do that. So we'll dash. Dash.
So hopefully next turn we'll start to get some
Yeah, I'm just moving. I'm making like
some pew pew action in here.
unwise decisions just so we can get some action going here. Dash.
Yeah, I think the Ewoks are kind of like the droids. They have a lot of like out of turn like movements that play off of each other real well.
And he loses his hunker. So that was my whatever you call it ability. So then he'll also have.
Why'd that hunker go away?
He moved?
No, that's his until he activates again.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Was that Wickets or was you pulled it off the Trapper one? Or no, you pulled it.
Yeah, I pulled it off.
Wicket?
Wicket,
okay.
Yep.
Oh, so he activated. So that does go away.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I thought you pulled it off the Trapper one. Exactly. Activations and being engaged. Those are the only two things that make them go away unless an ability tells you to get rid of them.
Got it. So now he also has the ability. That was his free.
He
Now
still has two actions.
Right. Still has two actions: move and something.
He's become a nice little hotbed of action over here pretty soon.
Yeah, that's the idea. Get the action going. He'll move there, and there's nobody he can really shoot at or anything. So he'll hunker down.
If you wanted to measure, although I don't think he can make it, what does he have for range? A 4 or a 5? He's got a.
Where do I see
the dice with the number all the way on the right?
Oh yeah, 4.
Okay,
Yep,
yeah, I don't
4.
think that's enough.
Yeah, that's not going to get very far.
He can see. He can see his base, so it's
Yeah.
close. 5 might make it.
I got to color code these, at least the numbers.
It's close, but 5 doesn't count. So
Yeah, I figure he'll hunker. That way, if you do go to shoot at him. Okay. So that's that activation.
That's that activation.
Back to
You
you.
get your 2 points back. Oh, that goes to your side.
And I get the 2 points
Wait
back
a second.
because I'm still holding these.
Yes,
Okay.
they're still yours. And then it ended in the middle again, so we're just trading 2 points back and forth
Okay.
until somebody gets a swing. All right.
So that's something we weren't doing. We weren't moving this every turn.
Yes,
And then once we learned you move that every turn, things went a lot faster.
Yeah, we weren't doing the handicap if it's on your opponent's side still. We weren't giving a black dice, and we weren't giving a black dice when it ended in the middle.
Oh,
so
yeah.
our rounds were taking forever, and we
Right.
here we go, snow troopers. They have a tactical. What does a lieutenant do? Oh nope, it's not the lieutenant. It's this one. Well, they only have 3 abilities. This will be easy. At the start of this unit's activation, it may suffer damage. If it does, it removes 1 condition from itself. I don't have any conditions, so I don't want to do that. My other 2 options are each character in this unit can dash, then suffer 1 damage to immediately perform a focus action, which might help me to shoot Wicket, but I don't think so yet. It would help me get across the map faster to try and take that point.
Right.
He's gone. They've gone, right? No. They just used their tactics card. They didn't actually move.
Free.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been free moving all this time.
All right, so what do they have? They have 5. You can actually shoot these guys. Okay, we're gonna start some action here.
All right.
Stuff's gonna get
it on.
Stuff's gonna get weird. So I'm gonna use this ability. So I pay a force. Each character can dash. And then for dashing, I suffer a damage. And then I get to perform a focus action. So focus is also only the first attack that you do on that activation. So if you have 2 characters, unless you have an ability to focus again,
Right.
You don't get that free dice on your second attack. Another small detail too, if you're ever performing actions with supporting units, you have to perform the whole action first before you move on to the next one. So you can't move him, attack, then move him and attack. You have to move, attack, or heal, whatever like the options are.
So all guys in the unit have to do the same thing at the same time.
Yes.
That makes sense because they're a unit.
So that did that, and then again, I just got to be within a certain. And then for this ability that I plan on using, I just have to be within 4, which will be plenty. Okay, so we're gonna use our regular move. And let's put, I don't know why I did that on top there. Just get off here. Somewhere within there. And then this guy, same thing. All right, so nope, screwed that all up. God dang it! I gotta get in the habit of using these people.
I hear you.
He was back here, and he was back here. So I basically swapped. He should be here because the lieutenant, when I moved him before.
Oh yeah, that's the problem. Some of these guys are so.
Yeah.
They look so similar.
Okay. So we're gonna re-go back to what I did. In the post, you can edit it out so it doesn't look like I'm as much of a dummy.
That requires extra editing.
Okay, so we move those guys with that ability that cost me. So now I'm going to do my attack.
Mm-hmm.
So with the first one first, he's focused. So I get my free one.
Yep.
And they have a range attack of 5, which I'm within 5. And I get 5 dice.
Okay.
So I have my 5. I don't have anything cool. They have something that... so when an allied stormtrooper unit within 4 makes a combat action, this unit may use this ability. After all attacks have been resolved, the attacking unit can immediately take a cover, which is what you use to get hunker.
Okay.
So I get a hunker token at the end of this activation, and that's a good point because it's a reactive ability. I can't use it again when the next stormtrooper goes because it's only a once per turn action. All the reactive abilities are always once per turn. So we roll. You roll your defense dice for range.
And I get an extra one.
You get an extra one.
Okay, so he gets 5 of these under the gun, 5 of those, and then 1 extra for hunker.
And they both roll at the same time.
Yep.
If you have abilities that modify dice, it happens right after you roll.
Right.
With the attacker first, then the defender, but this isn't going to happen.
Okay.
So fails 99% of the time mean nothing. I just separate them out automatically usually so that they're out of the way. Some people's abilities play off them, but not very often. And then the attacker looks at their expertise, which for me gets me 1 damage. So you take out a damage and just keep it off to the side, like it's not really applied to you until the very, very end.
Okay.
It's just easy to remember it before you get on the chart.
Makes sense.
So that's all I get for mine. I don't have anything else added. And then I take those 4 successes, and those are going to go against what you have. So your expertise gets you something. Oh my goodness, a lot. What does Wicket have there? That's a block. So Wicket gets 1 extra block.
Where am I looking at that?
Oh, so that's your defense expertise all the way to the right.
Yep, okay.
Those numbers are how many expertises you rolled.
Okay.
You get everything in that row. So that's an extra block.
So I rolled 3
and you
expertise.
change a critical to a regular hit, which doesn't apply because I didn't roll any criticals.
Okay. So.
And if you rolled more than 1 to 2 in that first call or that first row,
yep.
if you rolled 3 or more, you'd get the second row.
So basically, I get 2 blocks, right?
You get those blocks that you rolled.
Yep.
This is turned into a block.
Okay.
And that's your defense roll now. Because you can't apply that other piece because I didn't roll any criticals.
Right.
The difference is the way they look, obviously. But these can't be blocked.
That's right. So I've got 4 blocks.
So you have 4 blocks. I have 4 successes,
Yep.
which for the terms of attacking and results means nothing, except for that 1 damage you have because that came off my expertise.
Okay.
That's not part of the attack tree. It was just thrown on from my expertise. My expertise thing.
So Wicket takes the 1 damage, but everything else got blocked.
Yeah. So the way it goes is when you do your attack roll, everything that's up here happens during the attack.
Right.
Everything that you got from the expertise that's not like one more block or
is in addition to
happens at the end.
Sort of after resolutions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
So nothing happened with that guy. So I lose my free dice. So let me just measure. That's
now,
going
do
to
I
be
lose the
close.
hunker token for that?
Nope.
Stays
You still
on?
keep it. Just touched. So he's just within 5. So I only get my regular 5 dice attack with this second one to shoot him again.
Okay.
So you still get your second or your free dice.
A 6. Okay.
And I roll. Oh, I get a hunker token after my attack for this gentleman's ability. So again, fails go out because they mostly mean nothing.
Yep.
So you have 3 and 3 blocks. So you have nothing else to modify because you don't have any expertise symbols. So again, it's a push. I did 3, you did 3. Wicket survives the day with only 1 damage put on him.
Sweet.
So good for him.
So it's the expertise over here that made it so I had the ability to do those extra blocks.
And the other 2 expertises at the bottom are for when you're on offense.
Right.
And again, they do different. Usually it's adding a regular hit, adding a critical hit.
Right. Sometimes, cool.
Some people have floating damage, so the damage that shows up down there happens at the end. So I didn't do much except claim that point, which is still good, but
it's important.
You're gonna get punched around a bit. Hopefully those guys don't come up next. 1, 2, 3 points for mine, and the round ends. The struggle ends
right
when that overlaps.
Exactly. That much I knew.
Okay.
It's coming back. It's coming. All right. So my turn
to
my activation. Okay. So now we get.
Is that Poplu or?
That is Poplu. Yes. Poplu was.
He is
this guy.
Yes.
All right. And Poplu, does he have anything special? Nah. He has something I can do a feigned retreat. No, I don't want to do that. No, that's a reactive. And what is that again? Innate ability. Yep. That's right. When this unit makes an attack, targeting an enemy, I'm not making an attack. Okay. So really, what I'm going to do is I can move or.
Yeah, you're kind of free over here with building up. There's not much going on.
Yep. So I will probably move. We already own this, so we're going to try and get away from it and get over to here, I think. Move. All right, make sure I got the right guy. Yep, Pop Blue. We're going to move over to here. And so I can move and then give him a hunker token, just make him harder to hit. That's really all he does. That's what it looks like.
All right. You get 2 points.
Because I still own those 2.
Oh, something else we learned recently, too, that we didn't know. For the purposes of contention, priority goes to people on the same level as the point. If there's no one on the same level, and we weren't doing this, and you're above or below the point, and still within 2, you can contest a point as long as you're not wounded.
Yeah.
So you're like just outside of it.
Yeah, just outside. That's what it looks like from my angle.
But that was a big thing for us. It was like, oh crap, that's a huge thing.
See, I did know that. I had read that. That's
another thing. I was watching a video and a guy did it, and I was like, what? And I went back and looked at the rules.
Yeah.
So
I should have done that, but oh well.
Go ahead. I mean, if you had extra space to move, go ahead. I'm not going to hold that against you.
No. I'm going to stay here because I wanted to be kind of out of your range.
So you did your struggle token move, and it's still on my side.
Okay.
So you get one of these as a handicap.
Okay.
And that's it. Who is next? Do I want to activate these guys? There's something shootable over there now. I can go take that or try to. Who do I have left? I have Vader.
Vader
Sergeant. No, he already went.
Vader hasn't been activated yet.
Yeah, so I have Vader, Shatterpoint.
Yeah, neither of us has drawn a Shatterpoint card yet.
And my trooper lieutenant. Okay.
I really want to paint my Ewoks now, so I can actually. It was my youngest that actually
So
wanted the Ewoks.
instead of drawing a card, I'm gonna activate the reserve one.
Yep.
So the 2 stormtroopers. Assault tactics. Each character in this unit may dash, then this unit may suffer 1 to perform a focus action. I'm not going to do that. Choose an enemy character engaged with 1 or more characters in this unit. That's not going to happen. And characters in this unit have sharpshooter 1. So sharpshooter and impact are both statuses or ability traits that you get if you're focused. So sharpshooter 1 means if you're focused, you get the focus dice and 1 extra dice if you're doing sharpshooter. If you're focused and you have impact, it's a melee increased dice. Okay. So you get a focus dice and you get a bonus for impact. So you essentially get 2 dice if you're melee.
Cool.
Let's go. What do they shoot? 4? Oh, they shoot 5 also. Where do I gotta get? How far is this? It's doable. Let's do my regular move. Can I get over to that ladder? It doesn't look like it. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to sit my happy self right there so that I get cover if you decide to shoot me. Oh, but what I can't do, let me go back. I can't move. I have a pin, so I have a decision to make.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I pinned those guys earlier.
Okay, so I am going to use this ability, Assault Tactics. Each character in this unit may dash, then this character may suffer 1 damage to immediately perform a focus action. So I'm going to dash, but I can't dash. So that'll get rid of my pin. That will enable me to move with my regular move. And at least I'm focused. And I have to take a damage. So now we're back to moving. So I'll just put him back over there. And then the other one. Do I have him go up and join his buddy? Actually, he can't fit up there. That is one downside to those Ewoks, along with the battle droids. They can't fit on spaces like this.
Oh, the big ones can't?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because it overlaps.
Yeah, they overlap the thing. So they got to be on the big gantries or like big terrain.
Oh, good to know.
So we're going to do this. And I don't think that's going to be enough for both of them to attack. Oh, I guess it is. Plenty. All right, so the first attack with this guy.
Okay.
Regular stormtroopers. I'm focused, so 1 free dice. And I think I have 5 again. Yeah. Sensing a theme here with the stormtroopers. So I get my 6.
And
Does this guy give me anything cool? Okay, I get this.
And I also get 6 because I get 5 plus the hunker.
Yes. Okay. When a character in this unit or another allied stormtrooper character makes an attack as part of a combat action, so that happens here, before dice are rolled, this unit may use this ability. Add 1 die to the attack roll for each allied stormtrooper unit other than the attacking unit that is within 5 in line of sight of the target. Add 1 die to the attack roll for each allied stormtrooper unit other than the attacking unit. Okay, so that's this one. And that was within 5 in line of sight. So I think that clips.
Yeah.
Like just clips it, so I don't.
That was kind of my goal, is to get close enough. So hopefully,
if I was a little bit closer, the line wouldn't pass through there, and then it wouldn't matter. So I get 1 extra dice for having that guy next to me. But that does cost me a point, which is kind of a gamble at this point because I haven't even used Vader yet, and I'm kind of using up all my points. Oh no, it's a free one. It doesn't cost me anything. It would cost me anything if I was wounded later. So I get 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My free one for focus and my free one for that ability. And that's that. Fail, crit. So you'll get to see some crits this time.
Fail.
My expertise is a pin that's going to happen at the end.
I got 2 defense expertise, and you're going up against Poplu?
Okay, so right away, so grab a pin token. That's going to be set aside until the very end.
That's the exclamation point, right?
It's a little broken arrow.
That's right.
It's blue. Yeah, they're double-sided, and it's on the one that has the green disarm. It's on the opposite side of that one.
Okay, so hold this.
So that's going to go on you eventually. A damage, and I change one of my expertise to a crit. So you have that and a damage going on you at the end of the turn.
Tyler, can you ever reduce an operative's APL to 0?
Okay, and then I changed. So I'm working with 3 successes right now, 2 of which are not blockable.
Okay.
So your 3 expertise gets you.
My 3 expertise for Poplu gets me 2 blocks, and I'm able to convert a crit, I believe, to a regular.
You're on the bottom one? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so you get 2 more of these, and then I take one of these and convert it to a regular.
Okay.
So that makes your 3 blocks wipe out those 2, and I have 1 success on my tree, which means I get to do the first thing in my ability tree, which is just cause 1 damage.
Okay, so I'm taking 2 damage.
So you're taking a total of 2, because there's 1 from this, and 1 from the expertise chart that goes on at the end, and that pin.
The pin. So 2 damage, and I'll put the pin. Put the pin.
So the next time you go to do a movement action,
I can't.
Yep, it would just waste that. And that was the first guy. So a second one, I don't get my 2 free dice from Focus and from my Stormtrooper Sergeant, so it's just a straight 5.
Have you ever seen anybody use so instead of having all these tokens laying around, does anybody just use a red die or something for their damage? Or
I don't think so.
I was gonna say that's one of the most annoying things is you get all these extra little tokens all the time.
Yeah.
Drives me up a wall.
Okay. So it's 5 on 5. Oh no!
You're doing it again?
Yeah, with the back guy.
Okay.
So you get
my 6.
What is
it?
it?
My
6.
hunker.
Yep. So you should have. What's your defense?
It's 5.
Okay. I thought you were closer to the edge. I thought you were getting another one for the terrain too. But okay. 1 fail, and I rolled all expertise. So
yeah, I rolled 2 expertise and a fail. So
I take my expertise, which again is it's a crit, a regular hit, and a damage and a pin.
Okay.
So you can have a damage and a pin again at the end of the turn, but you're already pinned, so it's just another damage.
Yeah, you can't get extra pinned. So he's got 2 expertise, so that gets me an extra block, and I convert a crit.
Okay, so this goes to regular.
And I got 4 blocks.
Okay,
now.
so those are nothing.
Yep.
You're getting the free damage I had from my expertise chart, and the bonus one, which was a pin but is now a damage because of your. I can't pin status you twice.
Okay, so I'm up to 4 damage. And when do these become more? Once I've got 9 damage?
So when you get the health one, the red one, that's essentially like your hit points.
Okay.
When you run to that, you're going to have a wound token put down, which is this. That means you're wounded.
Okay.
That means all your abilities cost 1 more force, and you don't count towards objectives. You become useless until you reactivate.
Right.
When you reactivate again, you flip that token over to the other side, which is the injured token. You get all your hit points back, and you become active again.
But once you've got
your abilities still count, because every time you have an injured token or a wound token, your abilities still cost more than 1. If you ever end your activation with equal wound or injured tokens to what your limit is at the bottom, you're eliminated from the game. So your activations for those characters are essentially 1 more than what your injury says.
Okay.
Most characters are, unless they're primaries, are usually 2 lives. Except for Darth Maul. Darth Maul only has 2 because he's such an offensive powerhouse that it has to balance out it somewhat. But all yours only happen to have 2. So essentially all your characters have 3 lives.
Okay. Cool.
And that is my turn. And I did not think about that when I moved. That is not close enough. Almost.
All right.
So 3 still. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So my activation, I get Shatterpoint.
You have your
card.
choice.
I can choose whoever
So
I
you
want.
can choose however you want, or you can pay a force, set that aside for a second, pull another card, and then you shuffle the Shatterpoint back in if you don't want to use it. But that's usually only an option that people do in the like to pull your Shatterpoint at the very beginning is kind of
Lame.
janky. Like it's like
Yeah.
oh, it's wasting a bonus turn when I'm not really doing anything.
Right. Who do I want to activate? And isn't there something special with the start of this unit's activation? Each character in this unit may dash. So
whoever you activate is going to get a free dash.
So I feel like I'm inclined to get these guys out and moving because
they are far away.
They're way back here.
Yeah.
So that gives me the ability to free dash them at least. So I'm gonna activate these guys.
Okay.
Okay. So first I'll take the free dash, and these are the Ewok hunters.
And it does say each character, so it's both of them.
Yep. So take the free dash on that. I want to try and get over to. Oh, the hunker comes off because they're dashing, or they're
They're activating. Yep. So they lose their hunkers.
That's right. And I can't really fit through there, so I guess I'll bring them here. And now let's see what happens when I actually activate them. So that's a costed ability, I believe. An active ability. So an active ability usually costs a force point. Okay. Or I could just move them full, regular movement and then hunker down. Or
the only other thing you want to look at is if like people that are around you, that it's not their turn, have like stuff that like applies to you, like out of their turn.
Oh yeah, good point. Good point.
Sometimes you just have supporting abilities that are like when somebody near you moves, they can do this.
That's right. Becomes wounded. No, he doesn't. And then what else have I got over there?
A quick look at those. You can usually scan your card real quick because it's usually a reactive ability, which is a little circle.
Nope. When a character in this unit makes a melee attack, no, that's not really going to come into play. Okay. So I feel like I'd be inclined to come this way. They have a range of 6.
Actually, we just found out that they're no longer
No, that's not right. He has a range of 4.
Don't listen to him. He's trying to poison your mind. It was all an April Fool's joke. They're not actually making it.
Okay. So I think I'm going to I can move and attack with these guys, right? So I can move, but they both have to move at the same time.
Yep.
And then shoot
Finish
at the same
the move first, then do the attack, or the attack first and then the move.
Okay. So they're going to move first. They have a range of 4. Yep, range of 4. This is the 4. So I will.
You'll be plenty within range when if you go that whole distance.
Yeah.
And that may even put you within. Yeah, you're within scoring right now.
That's kind of my goal.
Yep.
Get up there within scoring. So they're both moving. I want to make sure they're kind of like next to each other there. And then they will attack.
All right.
Right? Do I have to? And I would declare which one.
Yeah. So when it's multiple figures, you just say which one's going to be first. Because if there's shoves and thing afterwards, you can like.
So this one will attack that front one first.
Okay.
And
I don't get anything cool. I'm almost half dead.
Okay. So I get 6 attack dice. I don't think I get anything special on that. Reactive. Oh wait.
Yeah, I don't get any help from anybody.
That would be cool. Coordinated fire, but that's when a character in another allied Ewok unit makes an attack.
Yeah, coordinated fire is kind of a nice ability. A lot of cards. I don't want to say a lot. There's quite a few cards that have it.
Right. So it would be another Ewok unit. It wouldn't be these guys. It'd be a different unit.
Because
it'd be like if I had these guys.
You will see that language. It'll just say allied unit. When an ability says when a allied unit does X, allied counts as yourself.
Right.
If it says another like that one does, then it's actually another.
Yeah, I'm used to that from HeroClix.
Yeah, that's important for. So I got to do some range defense. I have
6.
no hunker ability, so no defense for that.
All right, so I'm coming in hot with 6.
I have a straight 5.
6 attack dice.
Regular old 5. Ew, 2 fails, 2 expertise.
Fail.
You change yours first. Most of the time it doesn't matter, but sometimes what you do with your expertise affects my
Right.
dice before I do it. So
That's an expertise, correct?
yes.
Okay. So I have 4 regular and an attack expertise.
So you go to your range side.
Yep, range side. That gets me an extra.
That's
hit.
a
No,
critical.
That's
Yep.
a critical.
So you get a regular.
So I'll turn that into a.
Yep. So that'll go with your other successes. So you're
Critical.
sitting at 5. I look at my 2, which just gets me 1 more block. So I'm only coming with 1 block. So 2 of those regulars go away, and then you have 3 successes on your tree.
Okay.
And
so
the way the tree works
That's right. I could choose.
is
the
you
path.
have to start at the orange one.
Yep.
You can go left to right or up to down, but not back. You can
Right.
never go left.
Right.
And you have to do everything with the exception of optional things in the square before you can move forward.
Okay.
I know that sounds weird, but there are some scenarios where you like Obi-Wan can heal himself if you
Right.
if you apply expose to him. So basically, you have 4 trips down the tree, and you
So
can pick what you want.
This first one, that counts as 1, right? The orange one counts
Yes.
as 1. So 1, 2.
So right now I have a pin and 1 damage.
Okay.
So I will take a damage, and I will throw a pin in my hand.
Ooh.
The pin happens now though because it's up top of the thing.
Now I have climb is one of the options. That means they can just climb up onto this, or does it have to be something nearby?
Climb the way climb works is you take the dash tool, and anything this dash tool overlaps with terrain, you can climb it.
Oh, nice.
So right now these guys could claim and get up to that point.
Okay. So
But again, you'll want to position them just right so they can both fit because
yeah,
they're
exactly.
fat bases and they don't fit on top of everything.
Yep, that would work. Okay, so I'll do the 1, 2, 3. So that gets you
A damage and a pin,
damage and a pin.
an extra damage. I see that.
Yep. Then another damage.
Yep.
And then
And you're gonna
another
go the top.
damage and a climb.
The top route.
Yep.
The damage. Oh, you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just take a 5 because. And that pin I already put on.
Okay.
And then you can take that Ewok, and you can measure with the thing and put them up there like that against the base. But it's basically anywhere within here.
Yeah, I was gonna put them like right up in there.
Yep. And then you do the next one.
All right, next guy goes. So now, does it matter which one of them in the unit I attack? But
No. The only thing would come into difference is if like they were in different positions, or you were closer or farther away from one of them. Like if your range is better,
right.
Maybe you want to attack the one that's farther away instead of the one
Yeah,
that's
'cause
closer because of melee.
Doesn't
type
really
thing.
matter because
Right now it's only range, so yeah.
So it doesn't matter which one I go for. And you measure edge to edge, right? Not center to center.
What do you mean?
When you're measuring like range, you're measuring from the edge.
Any part of the base.
Yeah. That's what I
Yep.
meant.
Yep.
Okay.
Any part of the base to the other base.
Okay. So
But yeah, with the supporting character, it doesn't matter which one you're attacking because it only
They're
matters if you
teams.
plan on using a push or something like that. But for this, you're just attacking for damage, which unless you have a terrible roll, you're probably going to wound these guys.
Okay, cool. So he's going to attack the closest one, I guess.
Yep.
And I get my 6 attack dice again.
And I get my 5. All right, I did not screw this one up totally. So
All right.
3 expertise. I'll let you do yours first.
I got no expertise. I got 2 fails, and
Okay.
I got 3 hits
mine-
and a critical.
Mine gets me 2 blocks.
Nice.
So I block any regulars, and you have 1 trip down your tree, which again is what? 1 damage, and
Yeah, it's going to be 1 damage and a pin.
so essentially 2 more damage because you can't pin me twice,
Right.
which is bad news bears, and I'm wounded. So
Oh,
I
and
get
Okay.
it happens instantly. I get a wound token. You get a black token, and whatever else you have left on your turn.
Yeah. The question is, if they're a unit, since that one climbed, do they both climb?
Yeah, because you attacked with the other one, so you can use the climb again. Oh no,
Because the climb is on the tree.
yeah, that's for the attack. So that specifically went to the person that was doing the
Okay.
attack.
All right.
Yep.
That's why I wasn't
Yep.
sure if they're a unit. Do they both get to go
Yeah.
up
So if you made it that far down the tree again, by all means, you could do it again.
there? Okay. Right. Okay. That's what I was assuming.
So your turn's done.
Okay.
Right? I don't want to. I don't want to.
Yeah,
kick
no,
you
I
if your
think
turn's
so.
short.
I don't think
Okay.
I have anything else.
So you can grab one of your little token things, and
Claim that.
so that is yours. You are on 3.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. It's still on your side, so you get a bonus one of those.
It's still on your side, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. And
All right,
hopefully
cool.
I can.
That was
If I
a
take
successful turn.
that was pretty good. That building up is not the greatest thing for me right now.
Right.
You guys not in a position to do a whole lot right now.
Well, you got to have Vader coming up soon, and he's
That pull made it so that I have 2 cards left, and Vader's going to go twice in a row.
right as Shatterpoint.
With the added advantage of this Vader,
is
as
brutal.
long as he hasn't wounded somebody on his turn, and it's a total gamble because you're making it so that your deck's lasting longer and you're not getting force point. Because when you refresh your deck, when it's all done, you get all your force points back. He has a 1 refresh per turn, but you're making it anyway.
Yeah.
You can basically, as long as he didn't wound someone, and he's not in the reserve thing, which wouldn't apply if it was your turn, you can shove him back in the deck, and then he's gonna come up again.
Nice.
Which it's risky because you can keep using him and doing damage, but you're also not using anybody else in your team every time you keep using him all right in a row.
Right.
So it's big swings at the sacre, which thematically kind of fits Vader and Anakin. Like, I'm gonna do all the work myself and hamper my team type thing. So it's the beginning of my turn, right? We
Yep,
didn't do
your
anything?
turn. Yep,
Okay.
I'm done.
So we'll flip this. And it's my Shatterpoint, which is interesting. I don't think I want to use Vader twice in a row. I have to. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got to get that to move.
A lot.
What do I have? 3 points?
Yeah.
I have 3.
You've got 3. I've got 3. Wait. No, I've got 2. No, I've got 3. Never mind. Take
Yeah,
that
you
back.
have 3 also. We've split up the board. I don't think I can get someplace to do.
The thing.
Are they sitting? Oh no, the point's way back there. I thought that was I don't know what I'm doing. So they're all the way back there. That one's really way far back there. All right, this is gonna come down to wounding people to get this to move. So let's do this. Let's get 2 attacks out of this turn. What do they have for health? Like 8 or something? The hunters?
Yeah, 8.
Hunters.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have 8, not damaged. But I could shove them. The stormtroopers have a shove. No, they don't. They're useless. They have 1 shove, but I have to get 3 successes.
And they're pinned, aren't they?
They are pinned, so but they're wounded. That's another gamble I'm doing right now. So normally they would activate again when it was their turn, but I'm activating them again very, very soon in danger. So it's going to start using up their lives. So when you activate from being wounded, like we talked about, this goes over to injured, all your health goes away. When you activate from wounded, you have the ability. You can get rid of one condition that's on you.
Okay.
So I could waive that. So I think I got to go up there. It's a point war at this point. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to activate these guys. It's a little bit of a gamble. So they're injured now. Get all their health back. I can get rid of the pin. And now it's their turn. And I thought he had some nonsense. Oh, no, it was when they were in reserve. I can get defense rolls. All right, so I am going to use, to start the turn, I'm going to use my climb. This overlaps the terrain. I'm going to get up there, and then this guy, I'm going to get on this side. Okay. Now I'm going to swing 2 attacks, and hopefully... Do they have... Oh, they have less melee damage also, so that's good for me.
Yeah, they do.
Or melee defense, I
Right.
should say. All right. No special things. I don't want to use any of that because I want to save that for Vader. Although at this point, he's really just speed moving because he's just sitting back waiting to cause chaos. I'm going to use my... Oh, that's going to cost me 2 force. See, I'm already more expensive with my abilities. All right. Let's just do the attacks. Let's take these out of here. My 5
I get 4.
5 for melee. Roll those. Oh, it's attacking this one also, obviously. Yeah, not good. 3 fails. Yuck.
2 defense.
I have no expertise to do, so
2 blocks.
you get
2
2 blocks.
expertise.
And I think you're going to get at least 1 more block.
Yeah,
so
it does. It gives
my
me-
turn's kind of.
Gives me 1 more block.
Although this is a crit, so that helps me.
So I get 3
I get
blocks.
1 on my tree. So just 1 damage.
Okay.
I was hoping I'd get far enough to be able to do a push and push him off there, but I mean I have the numbers game at this point, so it's not too bad. I just wanted to push him off.
So that
and I'll just attack again. Go ahead.
Oh no, never
Okay.
mind. Never mind. I forgot you got to attack again.
And I'll just attack one more time with the other one.
Yep.
So this guy. Blow. 1 fail. 1 expertise.
Ugh.
1 expertise gets me a damage for melee. So you have 1 damage that's going to be added at the end.
Okay.
That's the free damage.
I've got 2 expertise, so that converts into an extra block. So I've got 2 blocks essentially.
Okay. So this don't count. That don't count. And I have 1 on my tree again, which is 1 damage. So it's a total of 2 damage.
2 damage.
It's not great. But I have the
that's
point, which was the point of going up there.
3 damage.
So now, this will
You
flip.
you flip that.
I
Yep.
should have just used 1 person's tokens for these because
Uh,
we'll just
that'll,
remember that
that'll be pretty easy
these
to
3
tell.
are mine. Oh yeah, I got the plastic on
Yeah,
mine,
you
so
get,
that's
you get yours coded.
that's good.
So
That is an advantage.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
So we're right there.
oh.
So at this point, you're kind of in the stage of like planning-ish for like the next round.
right.
But so every time you flip a card to when you get out of the first phase, it's going to go down to 3 points. There'll be 2 maps on the card. You have your choice if you lose this round for which map you get.
Okay.
Obviously, you'd pick the one that benefits you more. Usually, there's 1 point on your side, and then every time before you do a turn, each of us, you roll a blue defense dice, and 1 of those points is worth 2 points for that round.
Okay.
And you keep doing that every turn. So.
All right. So I would flip 1. And it's the dudes with the arrows. Oh, that's right, because I just activated them last turn with the Shatterpoint card.
Yep.
So now they're up again. And yeah, might as well.
They're right back at war with the stormtroopers, who are
Right.
probably going to take another pounding. But at least I have them in melee range, which is not,
Exactly.
which is a lesser attack. for
Yeah,
them.
which is, well, this one is. Do these still count as ranged?
Yes.
Okay, so this one.
Yeah, you can't engage in melee if you're on different levels. So that's
Right. Yeah.
yeah. So
that
that's a
makes sense.
strategic thing. If you gotta, which sucks because a lot of the Jedi characters, especially in the beginning of the game, like the core set, none of them have range abilities. Like
Right.
Anakin, Obi-Wan, a lot of them just don't. And like Maul's throwing lightsabers, Vader's like choking people.
Right.
So if you get up high or different levels away from them, they have to waste attacks or waste actions to come after you up or down.
Makes sense. So in this sense,
So here would be advantage for you to maybe use a focus action if you don't want to move, because then you get an extra dice at least with your first attack.
okay. And now, if these guys are shooting from here to here, do you get a +1 to your? You get like an extra defense die?
Only if I had a hunker token, which I don't, because I'm
Okay.
overlapping a piece of terrain.
Okay. All right. So I'd be better off to focus with these guys first.
Yep. So if you use your first action to focus, you're going to get an extra die.
Which one's
For your
Is there a
attack.
focus one?
There isn't a token because
Okay.
it goes away pretty much
Right.
immediately.
Okay.
I got hung up on that the first time I opened the game too. I was like, I don't have a status token for this.
And it's going to make more sense to attack with my shooter first because he has more attack dice.
yeah, you're getting more dice out of the
So
attack.
that'll
with
get
him.
me 7 attack dice.
Yep.
Because I'm going to
Do
focus.
you have do you have any shoves along your tree? You do. So this is an option.
Yep.
If you attack this guy first,
Yep.
well, that's not going to do a lot. Well, either one of them could be shoved. If you roll well enough, you can shove both of them off their point because basically what you do, it's the same exact distance, but
Oh, that makes sense.
it's a thing of 1. You just stick it on the base, and as long as the end of the shove is off the terrain, I fall down. And if you get me off of there,
I'm closer.
you're on top and claiming the point with your other guy.
Okay.
But that requires at least 3 successes. So.
And I can only shove with this guy.
Nope, you can shove with the other. Shoves can be from any distance.
Cool.
As long as you hit it in your tree when you pass it, it's a shove.
Okay, because I was thinking I'd climb up, but yeah, the shove
Nope.
might make more.
And what you also have is an option with the shove also. When you shove, you have the option to pull yourself forward one space also. So it's like a shove and like follow momentum kind of thing.
Okay, so that could conceivably move him up there.
No, because he would just move forward on the plane. You'd have to use a climb or something to get up there.
Okay. All right, so he's gonna.
It's like that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I get an extra die because I got the focus, so that gives me 7 attack dice.
I am my measly 5 again.
See what kind of mess we can make.
2 fails, 1 expertise.
2 fails, 2 expertise, 2 regular, and a crit. So the 2 expertise get me
on your melee one. Oh no,
yeah.
your range one.
Yeah,
Nope,
my
you're
range
good.
one. Yeah, so I'm using him. Gets me an extra critical.
Okay, so I'll change mine, which I think is only another block. Yeah. So I got 3 blocks.
So I get 2 criticals. So you get 3 blocks. So those go
your
away.
regular ones go away, and you have
2 criticals.
2 advances down your tree.
Okay. So I can pin you and do 2 damage.
I'll just take him. Got my pin back and damage. Nope, wrong character. Ha ha. Okay.
Okay. Now
you get 1 less dice.
Yep. So I'm going to do a melee. So I'm on.
And 1 less for not being focused.
Right. So I would just go down to my normal 5.
So you're just going down to your normal 5.
Right. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Oh, no. All right. No expertise, but I got 2 regular and 1 critical.
I just got straight 3.
Okay. So that'll block my 3. I get the 1 critical.
Yep.
So it'll do 1 damage and a pin. But
another pin, which ends up being another damage. These
yep,
guys
so 2
are
damage.
Eating damage over here. They're half dead again. Okay.
Okay. So I didn't shove anybody off.
Yes, it didn't work out the way it could have helped you.
Right.
Getting them off that point would have got you that point
I didn't
back.
get to climb up.
Right.
So that's the end of that activation.
Yep.
And I still just control the 2, so it moves back 2, right?
Yep. 1 and 2.
Okay.
This goes on your thing because I'm still on my side.
Okay.
Right.
And that would be your turn.
So now I'm going to pull this. We know who this is.
Yep. But wait. And it's kind of dramatic that he's coming in last.
Yeah,
I mean, that is kind of cool.
It's very. You don't know the power of the dark side. At the start of this unit's activation, it may remove 2 damage, which I don't have, or 1 condition, which I don't have, then refresh thing. So I get to refresh a point, but it doesn't really help me because I'm not going to. Where do I want to go? Board is going to change, so I'll do a gamble and say that middle one is probably going to be active.
I would assume so.
And let's do my... How can I get across the board and use up as much? So anger, hate, and aggression. 1 character in this unit may dash. If it does, that character adds 3 dice to its next attack roll this activation. If that roll contains 1 or more fail results, this unit gains exposed after attack is resolved, which is not great for me, but it's a big offense gamble. So I'm going to pay that force to do that. Or do I want to go over there and smack that Ewok and hurt them because they only got 3 damage? Well, I'm going to put him in the middle. He's tanky, so that's what we're going to do. So we did that. So if I can attack this turn, which I don't think it'll happen, I can throw my lightsaber 4. Oh, I could get... Oh, we're going to see how this ends up. Wicket's over there. Those Ewoks are there. That's over their edge. It all depends on what I get out of this climb. That's a repost against melee when I wound an enemy. All right. I may stick him back in my deck at the end of my turn. As I still have force left. Try and cause hectic over there. Okay, so let's do my regular climb. So the edge of my... Get out of here. Not OSHA regulation ladders. There we go. Ah! Up against my base. And that's where I end up. Who is within 4?
I think Wicket.
That's the edge of my base right there. I can't. So I don't know if you can look from the side. Like if I take, that's right over.
Yeah, it's like it almost seems like you're slightly.
No,
off.
I'm definitely short.
Yeah. That's what I
Let
was
me
gonna
try
say.
this one. That's the end of my base there. I'm definitely short on that one too
Yeah,
by a little
that's
bit.
Yeah, just
Okay,
like
that's fine.
quarter of an inch.
So I did my climb. I would take a hunker, but it's not going to matter. You know what? I will in case I
Yeah,
get
because
attacked.
you're gonna win that round because you still own 3.
But I could get attacked. So for my other action, I'll just take a hunker. Count, count, count. This goes down. So what happens is this goes back to the middle. These come off. All these come off. All these come off.